One of the most simple questions I get is how high should I tee the ball up? And it's a good question because a lot of amateur golfers have a mistake right from the get-go, teeing the ball improperly. As a general rule, with a driver, you should always tee the ball up so that half of the ball is above the club head. One of the really bad shots in golf is a skied tee shot. But that shot is pretty much, or should be, a thing of the past, because the only real way that you're going to sky a tee shot with the driver today, with the clubs being as deep-faced as they are, with the big 460cc heads, is to tee the ball too high. So when you tee the ball up, you got your name on the ball, tee it up so that half of the ball is above the club. That's your general rule, that's your starting point. Now what I see is a lot of amateur golfers have these really long tees, and they tee the ball real high. Well, the problem with that is that when you tee it that high, you have the opportunity to go underneath it. You could sky the ball, but you're also promoting a swing by teeing the ball real high. You're promoting a swing that hits way up on the golf ball, which is okay with a driver. You know, with the driver, you want to be coming in ideally, level or a couple degrees up on it. If you hit up 5 or 6 degrees, you can still get away with it with a driver, but that's the only club that it'll work with. So you're kind of developing a swing that doesn't work throughout your set. So what I like to see is when you tee the ball up, half the ball above the club. So tee the ball up, and I take a look at it, but that's about half of the ball above the club right there. I just look at that stripe on. Now I've got the little room for, variance here. And part of the way that I'm going to vary my tee height is on the shot I'm trying to play. If I want to play a draw, for instance, a draw swing is one where you're coming more from the inside. So you're hitting more from in to out. That swing tends to hit up on the ball a little bit more. So if I'm going to try to draw the ball, I'm going to tee the ball just a little bit higher. So a higher tee position when you want to draw the ball. If I have a shot that I'm trying to fade the ball, I'm going to tee the ball a little bit lower. Reason being, when you fade the ball, you're swinging down more across the golf ball. When you swing down more, obviously you have that opportunity to hit, too high on the club face, so you tee the ball a little lower. So whenever you're trying to fade the ball, you tee the ball lower. The ball fades easier when it's hit lower on the club face, so you tee it lower. And if you want to draw the ball, you tee the ball a little bit higher. So you vary your tee position, the height, based on the shot that you're trying to play, but as a general rule, half the ball above the club. Now one little tip though I'll give you. If you're trying to get the ball in play, you want to tee the ball a little bit lower. That's one of the things that I always notice with the touring pros. One thing Tiger Woods always did, if he had to put that ball in play, the first thing he'd do is he'd walk up to that ball and he'd tee it down just a little bit more. I can always tell when I'm watching on TV and he's on a tight hole, maybe a little apprehensive about where it might go, you're going to see that ball teed down lower. When the ball's teed down lower, you hit it lower on the face and it curves less. So lower tee height is going to not give you your maximum distance, but it's going to give you your best chance to put the ball in play. So watch the tee height because it's going to make a big difference in your ability to play that tee shot.